fisheries. And then there's also there's no policy for they are supposed to develop policies for training, capacity building of extension officers, and by extension, capacity building of the farmers. And then lastly, but not least, is actually area value addition in most of the products.
Okay, my last question. What do you add value given the opportunity? Let's say the only budget that the county can give. Are you going to only use that budget, or what can you tell this committee as far as you can go donors? Do you have that, or just see use only those money which are given?
So, honorable members, with the chair, one, I'm personally a donor, in that I have softwares that are used to formulate feed for all the livestock. So by virtue of that, if I have to charge, it could be an expense. But for this case, if I get a job, I'll not charge, I'll share with the extension officers my softwares. I have around 6 softwares, which I'll be able to share with them. They are costly. Some of them go for 340. I bought them personally to assist me in my duty. Number 2, I told you I train for extension for some group of ladies, professional ladies called Key Award. I've worked with them for the last 3 years. There'll be no harm. I request them, because they are professionals like me, if they'll be able to capacity build the farmers, they are extension officers, I will have contributed to the kit to Baringo County. So I have specifically the Key Award. I know I'll be able to bring them on board.
Given that you have this opportunity, in your mind, because you are a man of livestock.
Yes.
I've seen CP, you are involved in livestock.
Yeah.
Do you know where livestock is there, where in this county where livestock come from? Just tell me.
So the chair, honorable member, I would say, I have told you I went to China. In China, they do what they are calling soy. If this area is producing sheep, let it be sheep. If this area is producing beef, let it be beef. So I would go step, and number 1, if it will be possible to digitalize everything in the livestock sector, so that even by a press of the button, I'll be able to know what is going on in that particular area. If I got to correct through the chair, it's coming from Tiati. What is the best thing for Tiati? What do they require? In Tiati, it's basically beef, and it will come from the livestock, and all these guys will require, the Tiati area will require is actually extension services, training, and be provided with veterinary services, irregular deworming. If they need, it means, like the issue of foot and mouth, the way they vaccinate and then we contribute as a farmer. The best is, if they have to be assisted with deworm the animals, let it be, if they have to produce. Then the other issue I would look at for Tiati, let me just finish here, is that occasionally they have a very long drought spell. Is it possible for an area like Mogotu to grow pasture? We build a store in Tiati so that we sell to the farmers at a cost. Ikikauka, we sell to the farmers, the honorable members, we sell the grass to the farmers and we contribute. That is for Tiati. If I go, for example, to my own place, in Namanagin, the best thing for them, and I think I've started even without even before, if you are planting maize, plant 1 acre for your family, plant another acre for the cows, and you'll be able to buy one. The same for the same area. There is an breeding. Breeding is contributed by around 35%. So I'll tell farmers should be ready. Whenever I take my extension officers there, and they tell this cow, however much you give this cow, it will not give us 5 liters. Allow us to sell this cow. That is the extension officer doing it, and it will be done. Come to an area like Mogocho. Mogocho, they can do dairy. They are doing it well. So all Mogocho needs to be assisted is actually irrigation. If they can irrigate the pastures and they grow the right species. There are 2 species which are commonly doing well in dry areas. There's a feed called sugar grass and another one called Nutrifeed. My brother is a dairy farmer in Eminem town. And he has done it, he did irrigation, and he was able to make silage for 4 acres. And he's still feeding his animals up to this time. I go back to Mumberes. They don't have issues. Mumberes, they just need to take the animals to the zero grazing unit. By the way, through the chair, Honorable Member Solomon has very good cows in his area. The only challenge they had was feeding, and that's what I took. I took advantage of it. They might have thought I was doing a miracle, but this was also formulation. The cows are genetically are good. Then central, because of the size of the land, let them take the animals to the zero grazing unit, let's plant pasture for them. Likewise for the upper areas of North Baringo. I do consult for a farmer in Barwesa. The other day I bought in 2 cows, Jersey cows at 160, 160. It's not even a Kalenjin, it's a Luya. Babaka alikuwa anafanya kazi huku, na unamsaidia. And we are heading there, we are getting 200 liters.
No, it is like when it flows well.
Yeah. So the best thing is to zone the areas and give the right thing. And then another issue is when we get those extension officers, I'm meant to understand through the entire honorable members that we are going to employ 123. If you divide 123 by 6 sub-counties, it comes to around 123 divided by 6, around 20. We go deep again to the wards. At least every ward will be having 3. So I'm saying if we train these guys, they should deliver by all means, whether there is money or not. And it will be possible, honorable members through the chair, I would wish to be part of the training team. We allow, the chief officer is allowed to train, because that is my passion.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, sometimes it's good to ask when in between when a question comes. You have spoken about a software.
Yes.
Kindly enlighten this committee. What type of software? What does this software does? Because you're having a very interesting story, and we'd like to know.
So through the chair, honorable members, I said I have softwares. If I come to your farm, honorable member, through the chair, you just need to tell me these are the cows. I take the weights of all the cows. After I take the weights of all the cows, I pick on the heaviest cow. Then I ask you what feeds you have. Once you tell me what you have, already the feeds have been done. We have done the analysis of all the feeds. It's an inventory. We did it with a team in Nyeri. We were taken there for 3 months. We were analyzing all the feeds and forming a library for feeds. So once I'm through now, I'm able to describe your cow. Through the chair, if you tell me the cow is giving me 20 liters, I'll tell you we want to go to 25 liters. Then I now input the feeds. So at the lowest cost, it will tell me give the 20 kilos of Napier grass, give another with 2 kilos of wheat bran, and finally we'll go there to the 25. So you just need to describe the cow and the feeds you have, and then what I give the farmer is give 20 kilos, give this and this, and then we only wait for production. Of course, the greatest challenge is the monitoring part. I can tell you do that and then I leave, but you may not be able to implement as I want it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
And then the software, sorry, through the chair, the software you can even carry to your phone. If you want it today, I'll be able to give you.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Chair, the nominee is having a very good program, but there's some challenges we are facing as a county.
Yes.
Are you aware how many workers or staff are in the livestock department? Do you have any rough idea there how many?
Through the chair, I know most of the offices of livestock are closed. But I'm glad to say they are employing. I think your listing is going on.
So currently, how many are there?
Well, I don't have the figures, but from the projections, I know in Baringo, in Koipatek, there are none. They are only the meat inspector. So if I use that projection, it will be around 3 times 6. So they should be around 18 for livestock, including the director. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I can also say another question. Thank you so much, Nominee. You have a vast knowledge in livestock. I just wanted to know, because I'm seeing you have software, you have everything I do. I wanted to know what could be the cost, at least the cost of maybe giving one cow and maybe yielding, cow is yielding maybe around 20 liters per day or somewhere there. What is the probable cost per day?
So through the chair, I'll give you two approaches. One approach is you are having your own feed. I'm giving two scenarios through the chair. You are having your own feed. Like I always tell farmers, you must have heard me mention about silage. Silage, you produce silage up to 1 kilo, 1 shilling per kilo. So if I come to you and remember through the chair, if I tell you give 20 kilos, that is 20 times 2. And that cow will be give you, with concentrates, it will give you 20 liters. So it depends on the feed. But on average, most in Baringo, you should be using around 70 shillings to produce a liter of milk. 17, and we are selling it at 45. So with my professional advice, we'll be able to know that and get more milk.
Thank you, Mr. Nominee. It is like these people are becoming so much interested in. I would kindly ask members that we stick to our questions. And if you are approved by this committee, these members will be free to come to our office for technical advice and any other thing. So, Honorable Cherobon, I'm seeing you going the daily way. Okay, you can proceed.
Yes, gone and the other step, he wants to know how the costing is.
Yes.
I'll consult on private basis.
Okay. Thank you, Nominee. Maybe you can take the next question by Honorable Evelyn.
Thank you, Chair. I want to ask the nominee, for the fish farming in Baringo County, we have several challenges. Before getting to the challenges, first, can you tell us what plan, if you are given this position, what will be your plan concerning the fish farming?
Well, one is to increase production, and by increasing production is stocking the water sources. I know there's Lake Baringo, there's even Chemjor Dam, which can still have that. So we need to increase the production first. Then thereafter, we do the market.
So currently, whatever we have for the fish farming, we are facing several challenges. So can you elaborate to us or tell us the main challenges?
Well, the main challenge is actually getting that production. One is even the fingerlings. We do not get the fingerlings to stock. We need to source them and fry them. So, and at the moment, the only sources of fingerlings is the lake basin of going in the Sulu. So you can get the fingerlings and stock up to reach a stage that we have a source now. For example, in Baringo, we can get fingerlings and now go to the farmer level. We can dig dams and then give the farmers. So of course, the other challenge is, I saw it personally when the project was being done, was that the county came, they dug dams. Now the issue came now of this dam near county. Ownership was a problem. The farmers were saying, "E dam imeletwa na county," so they were not ready to own the dam. Just like giving the farmers ndume, a bull. You give them a bull, they share in a group. They will be saying in Ndume County, this is Ndume County, that is the language. And at one point that cow will die because near county. So ownership was the problem. But we need to expand so that we're even a source of fingerlings as a county. The other challenges is the marketing part of it. Once we produce, is there a formal market to channel those fish among we, or we'll be doing it at individual levels? Just two. Two more. Through the chair, I think I've exhausted.
Thank you, Mr. Wendot. Mr. Wendot, in the last 3 years, Baringo County has been procuring and getting supplies of milk from other counties. And as you rightly put it, that Mogotio is able to produce pasta. And we also have some other areas that are suitable in milk production.
Yes.
What is your intention? What is your plan in maybe investing the same, so that Baringo can produce its own milk and maybe supply to other countries?
Maybe, Chair, you put it correctly. I once did I was hired as a consultant to carry out a feasibility study whether Nakuru County could establish a processing plant. So once I was through, I presented, it was GDC doing it. So when I presented it, it meant all of us going, Nakuru going up to Kalau, going to Kericho to get enough milk. So as to put it correctly, strategies have to be put in place. If Baringo, if they have a processing plant, that will be sustained by Baringo milk. But first and foremost, maybe the best thing is to do is to make sure feed supply is adequate. Once the feed supply is adequate, we can now source for good breeds. Because no farmer will be ready to buy a cow when we sure it doesn't have enough feed. So we make sure feed production is sustainable. I meant to understand there are stores even in those sides of Mogotio which can store in. There are government farms, like LIC for example, under the same ministry. Is it possible for that farm to irrigate and do the way we are doing it in Dalamere, the way we are doing it in Kano, so that we have a stock of Lucerne? If we have a stock of Lucerne, the other thing is just A, and then we come now with the formulation. We are able to increase that production up to the level that can sustain a processing plant.
What do you have to say about improvement of the breeds?
For the breeds, honorable members through the chair, it's only breeding, and it is through AI surveys. Other counties have gone a step ahead. They are even carrying out what we are calling embryo transfer, ET. Embryo transfer, they are doing sex cement where you are sure you are going to, all my farmers, by the way, the farm I started with in Adama Ravine in November, we used sex, and we were able to move. 3 cows, they gave us 3 IVAs, so we have 7 now. And we are targeting by the end of next year, we should be milking 12. So it's possible, just the way they subsidize, if the county, the way they subsidize vaccination, if they are way they can subsidize AI, we will be able to move very fast. But of course, at the answer, we cannot start with a cow, which will take us several years to give us 20 liters. We pick on cows and we sell those ones that cannot give us more milk.
Okay. Next question will be taken by Honorable Kuria.
Currently, I'm playing 5 major projects that have been funded by Baringo County government in the last 8 years.
5 projects.
Yes.
One, I know the one that is close to me. There's a project being run by Pamscos in the Namaravin. That's a processing plant. There are several projects within my pocket. I've seen constructions of leaks being done. At one point, I saw them trying to mitigate south that was on the other side of Tiati, and I saw them, they were my class.
So you know, Mr. Wendot,
Yes.
since the time you were vetted,
Yeah.
this committee expected to have interacted so much with the affairs of what is happening in the department.
Yes.
You know, so you could have even picked the budget, you could have even picked the programs,
Yes.
so that at least you are conversant with what, you know, where you were going, you know. So this committee expected to have at least, if not a rough idea of what is happening in the livestock and in the fishery, you know. Just name, you've named the milk processing, the down there.
Yes.
Which are
Last time in Russia, I know there's a program called Kelco. They'll be running. Maybe through the chair, honorable members, I'll be able to acquaint myself with the programs that are available within the shortest time possible. Yeah, and of course work with the team.
Honorable Kuria, 10 copies are being funded First, the member was asking of the projects that are funded by the county government. So,
Yeah, you know, the opposition was in programs around bigger by the departments, and I will not all the time to get to know.
Maybe through the chair, let this committee know what's the difference between livestock and blue economy. What's the difference? What is blue? Because I can see you are nominee for fish, livestock, fishery and blue economy. What is blue economy?
So through the chair, when we talk of livestock, we start from that dairy cow, that beef cow, the sheep, the goats, even the smallest livestock, which is the bee. When we come to the blue economy, it is surrounding, it's the business, economic activities surrounding the oceans, the seas, and even the lakes. Any activity that is of economic value being carried there, like even aquaculture, they're doing fisheries. Those, anything that is economically viable within the marine activities. Even tourism will also link up with blue economy. Anything that is the rain money. Like we go to the oceans now, that transport, marine transport, becomes part of the blue economy.
Between the chair,
Yeah.
are you aware there is Kimal and Goat auction?
Yeah?
Kimal and Goat auction.
Yes, I'm aware.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about it.
Kimberley auction has been
And do you like that model?
certainly the best model, and that's why I say next time we'll be taking the fish there. As we sell the shots, and we sell the goats, we also sell the fish. It's a good idea. Yeah, I know Kimalel is an annual event that is being carried out in Kimalel, where Kenyans come over the December, just before Christmas, to buy goats from Baringo County.
So what did you do to make sure that we sustain it and we also increase it?
I am aware there's a station called Shiban Coast, Timothy Shiban Coast. That station should be multiplying those codes very fast so that we have adequate to sell over December. As we talk right now, it is called the most Shiban codes, yeah? But we are only selling codes in Kimale, but we should be selling even sheep. There are people who come with interest of buying sheep or breeding. Farmers don't have sheep, right? We want to buy dove at the moment. Most of them are being imported from South Africa. So Kimale should do a past manipulation. What it takes to be, I think when we come to the ground, we'll be able to sort out.
So, Chair, do you know how long farmers take once they take their goods at Kimale? How long do they take to receive their payments?
I don't know, but I expected it should be instant justice. Once you are through, I've given you my animal, I should get my pay baby tomorrow.
So if you're successful in this committee, successfully approves you,
you
want to assure farmers of Baringo that once they take their goods at Kimale, they will be paid the following day?
Not really, maybe because of logistics, and you will give some duration, but not more than a week. It will be unfair to take somebody's property for more than 1 week. Without paying.
okay, maybe I did for the same nominee that the Department of Livestock has been undertaking major flagship projects in the county. Some of these include the construction of slaughterhouses in Maoi, Loruk, and Barwesa. What measures will you put in place to ensure full operationalization of meat value chain? Will you engage public-private partnership in terms of the operationalization, or what alternative ways will you propose? This is the fact that Maoi Abattoir is a big project that will be consuming a lot of animals in a single day. And the expense that comes with the running of the same abattoir. Will you engage
The current Kenyan situation are not right in a working law. We need to engage those private, the private sector. The private sector comes in, will be able to do it in a large way. And of course, we should do plenty of them. We have that one of now. We do all the energy in that one. This is the time that we are seeing it is going well.
Thank you, Nominee. And maybe going forward about the Kimani issue, we should also be thinking of how we can add value, how we can do value addition, so that we don't sell live animals.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. The next question will be taken by Honorable Chemjor.
Thank you, Chair. I think this question is like has been that is and my question is, the county government of Baringo has been promoting the sale of courts through the annual summary adoption, which is in the long term is not sustainable. What measures will you put in place to ensure that the program is sustainable?
Through the chair, honorable members, I think one, I've just mentioned about the fund for county, like Mose, LIC. If it's possible to modify if farmers have adequate number of animals, and if there's a cap, should be treated by the county government. Like Mose is so big that it can even accommodate even 1,000 for every year to be taken to Kimani and do the breeding well.
You know, this thing was started way back in around 1980 something, 86. And since by that time, it was like we were bringing around 5,000 goats. Now it is even at the, and even at the rate 1,000 goats. So I don't know how, because you are seeing now, eventually the system will die.
Giving us a percentage. To give ourselves targets. Remember, through the chair of PRT, you should be able to give us 50% of the total being taken there. Then we also give a target for not buying.
Thank you. Thank you. Nominee. Thank you.
Maybe for the chair also, quick one, you know, this thing is like now, you know, it's Simon then. So I don't know, do you have maybe an intention to if you have the CEO, you have an intention of maybe making it quarterly, or you will do it annually, and will it be just from the political side, or maybe you can now look for real market? You know, currently we don't have real market, that is just about political market. Because it is the ministers, the president, government, so is there a way we can get better money?
I think through honorable members, through the chair,